Well, I guess we're live, yeah. I'm the crazy guy going live right now, yeah. I promise if nobody comes in here very soon, I might wrap up very quickly, yeah. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Cassidy here, man. I know you guys see the title. I just wanted to have a quick discussion. I know it's kind of late, but we're going to get it in anyway. Yeah, so we're going to talk about who's the almighty savior of the DCU right now. Just a quick synopsis. We're going to talk about everything going on with the DCU. And this is me ushering in one of the official episodes I want to call Who Will Save the DCU. It's going to be a running gag until all current projects come out and the deed is done and the judgment shall be had, because it's like we have Lanterns coming up, and then we have Clayface, and then we have Man of Tomorrow. And due to Supergirl being, I guess, an utter disgrace at the box office for DCU standards. What's up, Hunter Iggy? So he says, I think Man of Tomorrow and Clayface will save the DCU. I mean, amen, because at the end of the day as well, I'll just say you're a Marvel glazer. How about you glaze my donut, derpy? Yeah. Hey, man, listen, bro. I love Marvel and DC, but again, I'm a DC guy through and through, man. I love all superhero movies. But at the end of the day, we kind of have to be serious on the matter due to, the Supergirl situation. And I've never seen so much hate in a while for a director and, co-CEO in regards to James Gunn. So they have a lot of reconstructing to do with the DCU, because I know they got movies coming out like Bane and Deathstroke, and then they have the Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd show. And I think they're going to have to reconstruct what they're going to have going on, because at the end of the day, a lot of fans and the audiences are begging for more higher tier characters. And I don't know if the DCU is making smart decisions right now on doing shows and projects for B tier to C tier characters at this moment for shows and movies. They need to bring their heavy hitters, and that's what this mainly seems like it's going to be calling for at this point. But honestly, for me, I'm very interested as well to just see, since Lanterns is the next project coming up, I'm very, very kind of interested and just puzzled just to see what the Lantern show is going to do, especially because it's like more realistic based. It's not going to be ultra cosmic like how a Green Lantern show what a Green Lantern show you think would oppose to be more cosmic, green everywhere, we're traveling around a different universe. But I'm kind of interested to see what, the Lantern show is going to be bringing to the table. But yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, dude. And it's funny to say, because I honestly, personally, I enjoyed, Supergirl, to be honest. Even though, yes, it was basically not a good full product movie, but I could say it was way better than what I thought it was what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way worse than what it was looking like. But hey, man, the audience has spoken, man, because they said Supergirl is set to lose 125 million for the DCU. That's no bueno, my friend. It's not good. It's not good at all, dude. So I think they're gonna have to James Gunn, Peter Safran, everyone in the DCU, they're gonna have to come at a round table and reevaluate what they're gonna be doing moving forward. Mainly, especially, I think there will be, as soon as this deal finalizes, if it does, when it comes to Paramount acquiring Warner Brothers and DC Studios, I think once that merger does fully engage and happen, we shall see what the future holds, honestly. Because, yeah, man, it's gonna need to be a big changing of the guard after that happened with Supergirl. So, and I don't know if you guys definitely still think that Ana Nogueira is gonna be writing Wonder Woman and Teen Titans. I mean, hey man, again, I've done videos saying that I think people need to understand that there's so many different components that go into a movie and how it is presented. Oh, what's up, Angar? What's going on, man? Yeah, man. I just think that right now, from where I'm looking at it, I would not be surprised if Clayface honestly would be the one to do it, to be real. Because we've all seen this road before. We've all seen where this went. Now, when I think of Clayface, I think about a particular movie, the Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie, right? And how that movie, I think, dude, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie made $1 billion. That movie made $1 billion, bro. Yep, and the Joker made $1 billion. Now, riddle me this, right? So Joaquin Phoenix's Joker film made $1 billion, which I love that movie to death. That movie has so much rewatchability, dude. It's not even funny, right? So riddle me this. So the Joker made $1 billion. It wasn't a fantastical movie. It was just it was literally like an Elseworld tale of, Joker's backstory and how he became to be in a more realistic time set. So can you imagine a Clayface movie, an origin Clayface movie, to where it's fantastical, it's set in the DCU, and you already know that they're going to do reshoots to get Batman in there because they got to pull out the big guns at this point. It's been rumors and damn near at this point almost even solidified. It's not even a rumor anymore that there will be reshoots for Clayface, that there will be more, editing, screen testing in regards to everything that's been going on. So let's not be surprised when we get the reveal of who Batman is in the Clayface movie. I would not be surprised whatsoever if they show Batman that way. And I don't think that'd be a bad idea at all. Like, dude, if they show him at the end, if they have Clayface, and people have been, reporting, if not rumoring, that Clayface may or may not have a full transformation in the movie, I can definitely see. Okay, what's up, Angar? So Angar said screen testing of Clayface described that it is actually a film and not just a superhero film. It feels like a horror. That's what we need, bro. That is exactly what we need it to be. I don't need Clayface to feel like rinky dink, supervillain movie. Give me something. That's what the Joker Joaquin Phoenix movie gave me. It wasn't just a supervillain movie in the sake of the Joker. It was a film about, a very unassuming man that already had mental issues, and, bad thing happened after the next bad thing, and then it fully pushed him over the edge, and then he got consumed by the darkness, thus dawning the Joker of who people were aiming him as the Joker because he had clown makeup and all that stuff. I need Clayface to do what Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie did. That's exactly what I need the Clayface to do. I need Clayface to do that. I'm saying, dude, that'd be low key unprecedented as well if Clayface does make $1 billion, and it follows suits like the Joker movie did. That'd be pretty insane. And then they show a scene of him doing a full transformation, and out of nowhere, Batman flies in, and the movie's over. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dude. It writes itself. It writes itself. Just the fact also, what I'll be surprised. Do you guys even think that there will be hints to other villains in the Clayface movie too? They might as well just crack open the universe with this Clayface movie, add a few more hints of other Batman villains, and add on the Batman Rogue Gallery in the Clayface movie, because they need, again, they don't have any. Warner Brothers DC Studios, they don't have nothing to lose. They already damn near lost $100+ million with Supergirl. Y'all need to throw all your chips on the table. It's like at this point, you have no excuse and no reason not to unturn all your stones, flip over all your stones, because, bro, you know what I'm saying? Just throw your hand down. We're playing cards. Throw your hand down. Just throw your hand down, bro. I don't want to see, you don't have a really good hand at the moment, so just throw all the cards on the table, because this is the moment to do it. This is utterly the moment to do it. Mother freaker, they're gonna reveal what? They're gonna reveal Wonder Woman and Man of Tomorrow, reveal Batman in the Clayface movie, and other characters as well. Just bust it open. You ain't got nothing else to lose. Supergirl already lost $100+ million, dude. There's nothing else to lose. That DC has nothing else to lose at this point. And Angar said, I think yes, because set photos show some Easter eggs. Yeah, dude. There was a couple Easter eggs on the set photos for Clayface. It's like, dude, if who I would like to see in the Clayface movie, just to, at least hints, if not actually showing the villain, I would at least like to see we could see Scarecrow. I'm seeing Professor Dr. Pig or Professor Pig, however they call him. They can do even a hint to the League of Shadows, man. Like just everything going on in Gotham all at once. Poison Ivy, freaking even the Joker, my guy. Like not showing him, but just hinting at him. It's so much possibilities. That's what makes the Clayface movie very interesting, because it's set in the DCU. This is the DCU Clayface. I wonder, and when does Clayface take? Does Clayface take? Where does Clayface take place? Is it before Superman or after Superman? When does Clayface take place? If I'm not mistaken. So yep. So it says that Clayface place in it. So yeah, James, that Clayface takes place before the events of Superman. Oh, okay, exactly. So Clayface takes place before Superman 2025, making it basically the first film. Oh yeah, so it's Clayface, Superman 2025, and then Supergirl 2026. Okay. And then that's followed by Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, and Lanterns. Okay. All right, man. I mean, hey, man. Dude, Angar, you want me to be honestly serious about what you just said, bro? Do you want my honest opinion on, I heard that rumor, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, I'm praying to God and I'm hoping that it's not true, my guy. I'm hoping it's not true, because I don't really see James Gunn handling, Batman in the best fashion. Honestly, for me, I want it to be Andy Muschietti, bro. I would be highly upset if it wasn't Andy Muschietti that does the Batman movie. Honestly, bro. We can, we can talk about the Flash all we want. At least Andy Muschietti, when he directed the Flash, no matter what people think about the movie, it was still an overall full complete movie, whether you loved it or hate it. And my thing is, when it comes to Andy Muschietti, bro, let's give us Batman. Yeah, bro. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, just, bro. Did you see the freaking Welcome to Derry show that Andy Muschietti and his sister did, bro? Oh my gosh, this show is fire, dude. That show is disgusting. It's lit, dude. That I've never, bro. Watching it, Welcome to Derry, and knowing that Andy Muschietti and his sister did that show, dude. I'm like, bro, let this guy cook, bro. If anything, bro, let Andy Muschietti do Batman Brave and the Bold, and let his buddy Bill Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise, let him be the Joker. It really writes itself. I don't understand all these obvious cool options that are in the DCU's face, and it's like they're not taking those options. They're not letting things just play out and just flow smoothly. Again, they need to let Andy Muschietti direct Brave and the Bold, and they need to let Bill Skarsgård play the DCU Joker. It is that simple. It's not rocket science, bro. It's that simple. I don't understand. The performance Bill Skarsgård gave as Pennywise in the It Welcome to Derry series, and the mere fact that Andy Muschietti gave us that show, dude. Dude, if you haven't watched It Welcome to Derry, bro, what the hell are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Exactly, bro. People need to understand. Besides how hideous Ben Affleck looked in that tactical Batman suit in The Flash, all those Flash scenes, I mean, all those Batman sequences and scenes in The Flash were peak, bro. They're awesome. I loved it. I just hate how ugly his suit looked, his tactical suit looked in there. I was like, freak, that is an ugly Batman suit. But other than that, dude, the part when he was on, his motorcycle, part when he just, the explosion happens and he, flies in the air, bro, and he's just skating on the road. I'm like, dude, this is Batman stuff right here. This is Batman stuff right here, dude. If Andy Muschietti is not directing Batman Brave and the Bold, bro, I'm done. If Bill Skarsgård is not the Joker for the DCU, I'm done. Nah, man. I know Angar, bro. He's too old, my guy. If you discover a time machine and you can make Willem Dafoe 25 years younger, I'm all for it. Yes, then make him the Joker. But nah, bro, Angar, he's too old. See, and here's the thing. This is what I hate about the DCU. If I was running the DCU, I would literally have the DCU, the DC, the DCU, the Senate, the DCU, man, the cinematic universe of infinite universes. You could do the DCU and just add on the Infinite Crisis or Infinite universes, just like the Elseworld. What I would do is I would have, obviously, just like the comics, multiple dimensions to where James Gunn could have his universe. And I'm sorry, guys, you might not like it. This is business 101 for me. I don't care what nobody thinks. It's all about making the most money for DC. And this is the best option to do at this point. It's the best option. I would create an infinite DC universe template to where James Gunn can be the main universe. Zack Snyder could finish his universe. Brandon Routh's Superman, I would want him to have a sequel to his Superman movies. That's also where I would have another universe where Willem Dafoe could play the Joker. I would have multiple universes, multiple stories, multiple scripts about the same character, but in different universes. And all that money would be coming to DC. I don't see what the issue is. The Infinite Crisis, there's been plenty of times that we saw the infinite universes and infinite stories and alternate versions of our favorite characters in the comics. Why not do it with the movies? I think that would be one thing. That would be the one thing I think that would that would truly differentiate DC from Marvel. Have different infinite universes, therefore giving us different stories and alternate versions of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern. Just do that, bro. The fact of the matter is, bro, if I would, dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, I would make the first slate. The fact that James Gunn called the first slate Gods and Monsters kills me, because I'm like, yo, where's the gods? Where's the monsters, sir? If you're gonna make a slate called Gods and Monsters, I expect I expect a movie about the crime syndicate. I expect even a movie about the Dark Justice League, Constantine Etrigan. Okay, Angar said there's one thing that really worries me about Clayface. James said the script was so good that they had to make it, but he said the same thing about, I know. And this is what I'm saying, bro. That if to really know how all the components of making a successful movie, right? It's not only the script, because again, here's the thing. You know how funny it is? Look, I can right now, I can get... Now see, look, pretend this is a script, right? I have a script and I'm reading it. And don't mind me, guys. I've been learning Japanese and everything. But pretend that this is a script, right? I'm reading the script. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. Someone, like, I had a, just like Anna Nugera, right? This is the script that she gave me. I'm reading the script. I'm James Gunn. And I'm like, whoa, this script is amazing. Right? And now I pick Craig Gillespie as a director, right? I get the executive producers. I get the crew. I get everyone, right? And now they're making the movie. I don't think people understand that reading a script, anyone can write really an awesome, amazing script, but it also falls on how the director and the team execute said script through the directing. You get what I'm saying, guys? It's a difference between a script being amazing and a director being amazing at executing the script, the said great script, in a way that would be amazing on the big screen. Because you could create an amazing script, and then you get a director and a team that turn that script into a trash movie because of the job that they did with the good script. So that's the thing, really. That's the thing. You have to make sure not only that the script is amazing, you have to make sure the script is amazing, the director is the right director for the job, the executive producers are the correct executive producers for the film. You have to make sure all the components line up for not only the good script to do its job, but for everyone else to make sure that they transform that same script that is awesome and epic and transform that into a movie that will display the script in a way that will have the audience visually say, this is amazing, this is epic. So it's like it's a whole bunch of components when it comes to a great movie, and it's not always just about the script. It's also about the team behind the movie and how they're going to execute and display that script in live action on the big screen. So that's where I stand when it comes to that. It's so many more components than that, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy. That's what I said, bro. Working in Hollywood, dude, being an executive producer, being a CEO, being a writer, this, that, and the third, man, and especially for the movie industry, it's no joke. You have to make sure damn near everything is perfect. Just for example, bro, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, dude. The Dark Knight trilogy, bro. What makes the Dark Knight trilogy? Oh, what's up, Joshua? No, you didn't miss much, man. Welcome. Come on in. We're just talking about, who's basically going to be the one to save the DCU at this point. It's going to be the Lanterns, is going to be Clayface, or is it going to be Man of Tomorrow? Because it has to be said, because, Supergirl is set to lose $100+ million in cash for Warner Brothers, for DC, and that's a no-no. So we're just talking about, ideals and ways, and who do we think will be the perfect suitor to bringing DC home where it needs to be, because something has to give. And right now, with the projects that are coming up, like the Bane and Deathstroke movie, and you have The Dark Knight is amazing, but the suit in that trilogy is the worst. It's worse. Superman suit. You said the Dark Knight is amazing, but the suit in that trilogy is worse than the James Gunn Superman suit. Not to me, buddy. I'm sorry, dude. Nah, bro. Exactly. Batman Begins suit is peak, bro. Exactly, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Listen to me. Let's not even get on the case. What's up, Southern 9504? He says, "Who's saving Supergirl?" James Gunn's choice of director is confusing. Reviews are awful. Fans in Singapore are furious. This is out of the frying pan into the fire, bro. Listen, man. Hey, bro, Southern. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Do you literally think Honestly, bro, listen, man. Isn't it crazy how firstly, I'm gonna get to the suit part. Isn't it I find it crazy, and what pisses me off is that there's fans online on social media that can create better suits than the Hollywood teams, bro, for these superhero movies. Have you seen the fan made suits for David Cornsweet? They blow me away. And I'm like, why can't they can't give us this suit in the movie, bro? They're making AI designs and rough drafts that are blowing me away. It kills me. I'll be honest with you, Southern. He says it's nothing like the comics or great DC films like Reeves, Superman, The Dark Knight, or Wonder Woman 1984. No heroic spirit, just bad quality. I'm not gonna lie, bro. A lot of people, Southern, there's a lot of people that do not like Wonder Woman 1984. Honestly, for me, I won't say that I hate Wonder Woman 1984. It's just that it could have been way better, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. And dude, like I said earlier, and I've been saying on my reviews, I honestly had a decent, fun time watching Supergirl because I already had in my mind that Supergirl was going to be so awful and so abysmal that when I watched it, I'm like, hey, that wasn't that bad. Honestly, that was way better than as bad as I thought it was going to get. And yet people still came at me because I said Supergirl to me was a little bit better than Superman 2025 in my eyes because I'm a huge Superman fan. I'm not a Supergirl fan, so my expectations for Supergirl, I had none at all. So when I watched, I was like, yeah, that wasn't that bad. It was actually a pretty decent time, bro. Even though yes, it's a bad movie, and the reviews and the money is showing, bro. He says DC is going downhill fast. Gunn can't save it with Superman alone. DC urgently needs a total reset. Facts, bro. I mean, they have to go to a round table and they have to discuss a better plan. They have to discuss a plan. James needs to fire Judiana, bro. She does the same MCU stuff every time. This doesn't, and then Southern says it doesn't feel like a DC superhero movie at all, nor anything like the comics, bro. And see, this is the killer part, bro. I really think here's the thing that these superhero movie industry juggernauts, even Marvel, sometime had to learn this and go through this the hard way. When you're making a movie based off of characters with so much lore, so much story, so much gravitas, and so much just information that already exists, said like comics, movies, stuff like that, you kind of have no choice but to follow that template. Here's the problem. They expect to make new original stories and also change the character and also make the character in a way that they deem is new and fresh and cool to the general audience. And then you have the general audience. Some of the general audience is okay with it, but then you have the freaks and geeks, the people that buy the comics, the people that buy the merch, the ones that are we're the ones that are keeping Marvel and DC alive. They have to cater to us. And that shows with Supergirl. People ain't show up and they lost $100+ million. So now it's like the ball is always in the consumer's court. If we don't like it, we don't got to pay for it. And if we don't pay for it, how is the company going to survive? So right now, at this point, it's like it sucks that this happened to Supergirl, but it's also a good thing as well that it did happen to Supergirl. It's good that it sucks that this is happening, but it's good that this is happening because this is going to be a wake-up call for James Gunn and the DCU. It's going to be a wake-up call. They cannot keep giving us what they think we want. They need to give us what we freaking want. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know, I'm not telling them to keep making Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman movies all the time, 24/7, but give us A-tier characters. Give us stories that are going to fill our fancy, dude. All right, and Southern said there's none of that heroic spirit Supergirl has always had. Yeah, bro, the version feels totally unrecognizable and unrealistic. Like, yo, the version of Supergirl, again, they used the Tom King version where she's drinking, she's a mess, trauma. I think if they would have went with the traditional Supergirl, the beautiful bombshell, just amazing, high-spirited, fish out of water, you know, truth, justice, and the American way type of Supergirl, the traditional Supergirl. And then, dude, you can imagine if they brought Power Girl to the scene. Obviously, you're gonna have a lot of guys jacking off in the theater, dude, looking at Power Girl. If we got to that storyline with Power Girl, Supergirl, and just even, dude, even the Supergirl suits as well. Like that's the thing that gets me. You got to give the consumers what they want, and obviously, what 90%, 99% of the world wanted the basic Supergirl with the nice boobs, beautiful belly, you feel me? Drop dead gorgeous face, and it is what it is, just the girl next door type of feel. And that's what they wanted. I guess no one wanted the Millie Alcock, struggling with depression, trying to survive, drinking, taking a piss with the door open type of vibe. I guess that's not even a guess. They wanted the Supergirl, the traditional Supergirl. That's what the world, I guess, mainly wanted, honestly. And then I see here, let me look at these comments real quick. It says, this doesn't feel like that. I really don't see how James Gunn can fix this. Relying on Superman while everything else falls apart won't work. I'm sorry to say it, but DC badly needs a total overhaul. Dude, hey, listen, bro. I hear what you're saying, bro. They definitely need a total overhaul. And at this point, and again, now they're working on a show for freaking Gorilla Grodd. They're working on a show, bro, with Gorilla Grodd, bro. And freaking Jimmy Olsen. I'm sorry, I don't care if people keep trying to hype that up or whatever. It's not going to work, bro. Like, you gotta stop. No one's asking for a show about Gorilla Grodd and Jimmy Olsen. No one asked for that. Again, they're giving us projects that they want to do. They don't care about any of the fans' input. They don't care about our input. The same input that is putting food on their table. But look, they gonna learn now. They gonna learn now because they're learning with Supergirl, bro. $100+ million lost. And Angar says what DCU needs right now is trio: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and not Mr. Miracle, etc. And Angar, I get that, bro. I get that, but at the same time, Angar, I agree and I don't agree, bro. Because how many times are we gonna keep seeing Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman? It's like all they have to do is focus on the high tier characters that are not Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Like, motherfucker, give me a Martian Manhunter movie. They should have scrapped Lanterns and gave us a Green Lantern movie with Hal Jordan. What pisses me off is Hal Jordan is old as dirt. Hal Jordan is old as dirt, bro, in the Lantern show. And I wanted to see a movie about a younger Hal Jordan. We haven't seen a movie of Lanterns we haven't seen a Green Lantern movie about Hal Jordan in how long? Since Ryan Reynolds, bro. That was so long ago. And I was really hoping that we could get a movie about Martian Manhunter, Hal Jordan in his glory days, freak. And I'm still excited for the Teen Titans movie, but I don't know if Anna Nogueira is going to be part of that script, honestly. I love Teen Titans to death. Teen Titans is one of my favorite superhero teams of all time. It says DCU needs those movies right now. They are the foundation. Yeah, they're the pillars, bro. They're the pillars, bro. And then Southern says, why not bring in the Russo brothers? They nailed Infinity War and Endgame. That's exactly the epic, heroic vision DC desperately needs right now. Hey, man, Southern, that's over with, bro. The Russo brothers, they got Doomsday now. The Russo brothers ain't going nowhere. They're Marvel owns their soul forever. What DC needs to do, I've already said this multiple times. I think in my eyes that DC should have found a way to bring back Christopher Nolan. They should have gotten at least Sam Raimi to come through. Sam Raimi, the dude who gave us one of the greatest, I don't care what you think about Spider-Man 3, but bro, Sam Raimi gave us the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I would have brought Sam Raimi's ass to DC. I would have asked Christopher Nolan to come back, and I would have got Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson, bro, who did Lord of the Rings, my guy, who was a part of doing District 9. I would have brought Peter Jackson in the fray. Get a good round of beautiful seasoned directors who know how to do fantasy and superhero movies. Christopher Nolan, Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson. I would bring them on in, overhaul, reshape everything, bro, and let them play in the sandbox, because that's what we need right now. And I see you, Jonathan Noble 409. He says her Supergirl doesn't relate to a lot of people. It resonates with people who have been through trauma and even drug recovery, alcohol. Exactly, bro. That's why I said I felt the movie, bro. I loved it in that regard, because, with me going through my brother's death, going, doing drugs, bro. I mean, guys, you guys have no idea, bro. After my brother died, I didn't give a crap about life, dude. I was doing crystal meth. I was doing cocaine. Dude, I was smoking cigarettes, drinking, smoking weed, popping pills, bro. I didn't care, dude, to live or die. Like, honestly. That's why I said even in the movie, I cried like 1 to 2 times, bro. Like, I dropped, my eyes got watery a little bit, and I dropped a tear, because it's like, as garbage as people want to say that movie is, it's going to relate to that set audience, bro, of pure trauma and just desperation and rising up to the occasion and learning how to get over that grief to survive that pain. That's what I really cherish the most about the Supergirl film, bro. Period. Oh, and Southern says, I'm listening, brother. And he says, can you imagine if legendary DC writers like Grant Morrison, John Byrne, or Alan Moore, Alan Moore, bro, saw the Supergirl movie, they'd literally be in tears. This is nothing like the care. Southern, I'm telling you, man, it's just, I understand, bro. But, these studios nowadays, they want to do their own thing. They went, James Gunn took a gamble on Tom King's version of Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, and it turned around and bit them in the butt. Jonathan Noble, he says, what if we were in an alternate reality where the MCU was a mess and couldn't get it right going through its second reboot, and it's actually DC that was pushing a top tier universe? Bro, listen. Hey, listen, bro, shoot me down, bro. Like I already said, dude, I would sacrifice. Nah, listen, let me stop. I love Infinity War. I love, Winter Soldier. I love Civil War. Oh my gosh. Dude, like DC needs to get it together, bro, so we can get bangers like that, dog. Can you imagine a Crime Syndicate movie? Can you imagine, Justice League movie done, that we could finish up? A Justice League movie where, dude, I'm talking, can we get a movie about freaking Mongol? Can we get a movie about Warworld, bro? Mongol, dude. Like, dude, like, listen, bro, we have no love for Mongol. No love for Trigon. Bro, save Doomsday, Brainiac. Let's put Doomsday, Brainiac, and Darkseid to the side, okay? Let's put Brainiac, Doomsday, and Darkseid to the side. And can we bring in Mongol for Mongol from Warworld? Can we bring in Trigon live act? Can you imagine seeing Mongol and Trigon live action? I'm done. I'm dead. I'll die in the theater a happy man. Like, dude, please show me Trigon and Mongol, bro. Show us different characters, bro. Show us Vandal Savage, my guy. Vandal Savage, like, dude, the DC world is so thick, man. And yet again, all they give us is Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Darkseid, Doomsday. Even though Brainiac is the first time we're getting him live action cinematically, that's cool to see that. But man, I'm telling you guys, bro, I'm fiending to see Mongol. I'm fiending to see Vandal Savage, bro. I'm fiending to see Trigon, bro. Jeez, I'm freaking fiending for it, bro. Those guys need the respect due, dog. Angar says Ang Lee would have been. Oh, dude. Listen, bro. Don't bring up Ang Lee's name, because people don't respect the 2003 Hulk, bro. They don't respect it. They don't respect the 2003 Hulk, Angar. Don't even bring that movie up, sir. It's like some movies are so good that the audience is just too stupid to even understand and respect the material. Ang Lee's Hulk 2003, even sometimes the CGI looked a little jarry, but for that time, that was peak CGI. There were certain times, sometimes in the Hulk 2003, the CGI looked so real, it looked so good that it looked freaking real. And there were some parts it was like, all right, that kind of looks a little fake, but again, that was in 2003. dude. That Hulk, dude, and Angar. Do not forget the score. The score of Hulk 2003. Bro, 2003 Hulk is the greatest live action Hulk ever in history. Period. Period, bro. And I understand, dude. I would literally bring Ang Lee in to do a movie for DC, bro. He's got the sauce. The visuals are just pure magic, and he would have been. And I get it. I could see Ang Lee doing the Supergirl movie, bro. But like I said, don't forget about the script. Don't forget the script, boy. And then he says, Jonathan Noble, heart and a thumbs up, man. For real, dude. I just want DC to do good, bro. I'm so tired of DC, bro, on the losing stick. I'm so tired of DC rebooting, bro. Like, something has to give. Something has to give, bro. I do not care to see another reboot. James Gunn and them got to get it together. If they do another reboot, I'm like, dude, I don't give a freak anymore. I'm throwing away the DC cap and putting the Marvel cap on. DC has to get it together. Enough is enough, bro. And then Southern says, my real question is, are DC's directors and writers even consulting these legendary DC authors? No, they're not. Why don't they actually get their input and ideas before making these? Bro, dude, Southern, you already know, dude. It's like these new DC directors and big wigs, they want to create stories from their mind, from their perspective. They don't care about the great writers. They don't care about the great animated movies that DC has done. They have the great comics DC has. They have so much material that they can use, but yet they don't use it and they don't do it because they're too busy trying to feed their egos because they want to create a new vision that they created in their mind. They think it's going to be good in their mind, and then when it comes to fruition in real life, it bombs. It bombs, bro. And then Martell Willie, what's up, my man? He says, Cassidy, do you watch My Adventures with Superman? I actually do. I actually love the first season of Adventures with Superman. I kind of do like the second season as well. I'm not gonna lie, this new season is kind of getting a little rocky for me. You feel me? Because all the relationship drama with Jimmy and Supergirl, and just the comedic aspect in regards. I'm still interested in the Adventures with Superman. It's still a decent show. I just need them to get a little bit more serious again and go back to see like season 1 to where it felt like it was very authentic. I liked the origin, the lore that they were bringing and doing a switch to it. Just focus on the things that made the first season like really pop for me. But season 2, I love season 1. Season 2 was very enjoyable. Season 3 is still decent so far, but they're kind of losing and they need to bring it back. They need to reel it back, bro. And it says, look, they cast Jason Momoa as Lobo thinking it'd excite everyone. But here's the truth. It's never the cast. It's the script and storytelling. Facts, bro. It's true. I'm not going to cap. I totally agree. He says you can stack all the big names you want, but if the story sucks, it ruins everything. Real fans will end up hating even Lobo. And here's the thing, bro. Lobo and Supergirl, bro. Jason Momoa, I still say to this day that he did a very exceptional job. He did act like the main man. There were scenes in the movie, bro, and Supergirl with Lobo. I'm like, man, what if I really wish Jason Momoa at this point, seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo and Supergirl, I really wish he never was Aquaman. Because I wish he could have used his younger years as Lobo, building Lobo, being Lobo, bro, in his peak years. Seeing him as Lobo now, because it was kind of cringe sometimes seeing him as Lobo and Supergirl, because you could tell that all of that wasn't his real muscle. Like you could tell it was prosthetics here and then a little, mass added there. Like you could tell that wasn't, some parts of that wasn't his real body. And that's honestly someone who's known to the cosmetics in the realm of Hollywood and movies and things like that. But yeah, honestly, I think in regards to that, I really wish that he could have been Lobo in his Aquaman years. Now that would have been a sight of sore eyes. And for me, I think they kind of let us down low key, just a little bit with how they designed his Lobo. I wanted his pure red eyes. I hate that his pupils and his his little that his pupils are just red. I want all his eyes to be red. His whole eyes to be red. And his dude, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, his motorcycle in Supergirl, it was all right, but it compared to his I feel like his motorcycle in Supergirl was shades to the animated series in the 90s. But dude, the freaking motorcycle that he had in Superman Man of Tomorrow, the animated movie, was so dope. I wanted his motorcycle to look more futuristic and badass. So they could have done a better job with that, for sure. And then I see he says, let me see here. He says he can. Anger says at this point, James needs to decide, like, does he want to direct a film every 2 years or be the CEO and direct a film like once in a blue moon? Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that too. He needs to figure out if he's going to be the co-CEO or just a director. He can't juggle both because obviously he's juggling both and the balls are falling. The balls are falling while he's juggling both the jobs, and he's not keeping afloat, bro. He's juggling the balls and they're falling. He's got too much on his plate. Brother, you are our voice. Please carry this message straight to DC. We beg you. Southern, bro, if I could, I would, bro. I'm telling you right now, dude. I don't think they care about little old me. There was a time where John Campia actually like donated on my channel. That was when I had all my videos. That's when I was at the peak of this channel after the fiasco of me not really liking Superman and everybody turning on me, and I just deleted all my videos. I was like, bro, I was on fire. 8 to 9, I would say 10 months ago, 11 months ago, bro, my channel was on fire, dude. Like when Superman came out, before Superman came out, dude, my channel was peak, bro. It was coming through. I'm getting back to it, man. I know it's been a minute, but I'm going to get back on my stride, bro. Don't worry, man. And then he says, Jonathan Noble 409, he says, I'm with you. I think we're all about ready to jump on another boat. We can't keep getting let down like this. If they don't get it together, they will have to watch the Titanic sink. And Jonathan, I agree, but it's like, dude, I really hope they get it together. Jonathan, I can't keep going through this with DC, bro. I can't. It's killing me, bro. It's freaking killing me, bro. Like, how hard is it, bro, just to give us what we want, bro? It's just, I can't with another reboot, bro. I can't, Jonathan. If it happens again, it's like I'm throwing in the towel. I would only come back to DC. If another reboot happens, I would only come back to DC unless some epic stuff comes out from the new regime. And I'm hearing everyone rave about it. But after that, I'm not gonna care. Southern says a group of us read through the Rotten Tomato reviews. We really studied them, and honestly, it's heart-wrenching. Hey, man, when it comes to me, Southern, I don't really believe in Rotten Tomatoes 100% all the time. Rotten Tomatoes can be biased sometimes. They can be bought sometimes. And sometimes they can be telling the truth. It's a mixed bag with Rotten Tomatoes to me. I don't see Rotten Tomatoes as the end-all, be-all for me. And he says the overwhelming bad response speaks volumes. Those who praise it probably haven't seen enough great films. The rest of us know exactly how far this falls short. Southern, I agree, bro. Southern, again, the only reason I somewhat enjoyed Supergirl, bro, is because, again, I thought the movie was going to be abysmal, unwatchable, straight, pure garbage. But the personal stuff that I've been through in my life, again, with grief, death, and, going with, being an alcoholic, going through drugs and overcoming that, that's what really got me relatable to the character itself. Even though I know it was bad, bro, I know it was not a good film whatsoever, I still admired that they took that bold risk of making Supergirl, who easily should be hot, sexy, just bodacious, drop dead, gorgeous, all that good stuff. And they went the Tom King route and gave us a broken Supergirl, a mess, until she at the end rose up and overcame everything. That's what I admired about it, knowing that it's still damn near a terrible, bad film. The new animated Batman looks promising. Yeah, it does. I hate the Tomorrowverse art style. I can agree to that, Joshua. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, we just want DC movies that touch our souls and lift our spirit stories we're proud to share. Facts, bro. That's all that we ask, man. Jonathan's like, we don't want it to sink, but how can we hold this universe together if they don't hear our thoughts? At least Marvel listens to their fans. I think, yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, Marvel definitely listens to the fans better than DC. Better than DC, bro. Yeah, they do, bro. But it was a moment to where Marvel was trying to ignore the fandom, but it's like, dude, hey, listen, bro. Money talks, bro. Money talks. When you stop buying tickets and merchandise, then they're really gonna turn it up. They're really gonna start listening now, bro. I'm telling you. And then we have Southern says that's what makes us buy the merch. Keep it and cherish it forever. That's the DC we're hoping for, bro. Oh my gosh, but listen, Southern man. I'm telling you, dude, I love the animated Superman series so much. That is the animated dude, and that's Bruce Timm, I think, or that's Tim Daly who voiced him. Bro, the animated series, the Superman animated series, bro. If they brought that show to life in movie form, there would be nothing to come against it. There would be freaking nothing to come against it, bro. Yeah, Tim Daly is Clark, bro. And then you have Clancy Brown as Lex. Oh my gosh, bro, the Superman animated series. Dude, listen here, dog. I don't see how the freak that Superman on the Superman animated series, that is peak Superman. That is the Superman that I need to see right now in live action. As much as I enjoy David, as much as I love Henry, as much as I love Brandon Routh, the animated series Superman is the best and greatest and ideal portrayal that they need to figure out how to put on the screen, live action. There has yet been a Superman. There has yet been an actor or director that has captured the spirit and essence of the Superman animated series and put it on the big screen. No one has done it. No one has done it, bro. Firstly, I need to see Parasite. You see, bro, now look. See, now dude, they're killing me. I need to see, again, live action villains that need to be live action villains before we get Doomsday, before we get Darkseid, even before we got Brainiac. We should have gotten Mongol. We should have gotten Trigon, Vandal Savage, Parasite. Bro, like, come on, dude. Bizarro. And I'm talking about the real, legit Bizarro story. Even the Ultraman legit story, dude. I was so mad in the Superman movie when I realized to put two and two together. I'm like, why did they kind of combine Bizarro with Ultraman? Like, honestly, that's what I felt with Superman 2025. It's like, y'all are wasting so much content by doing things like that. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. And then Southern says, also, everyone's leaning hard on the Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, bro. But if we only see them over and over, fans will get bored. Exactly, bro. It doesn't always have to be the Trinity. We have Martian Manhunter. They could have done a Hal Jordan Lanterns movie again. All we have is Ryan Reynolds, bro. They could have redid it again. Give me a new Lanterns movie with Hal Jordan in his glory days. Give me a Martian Manhunter movie. The Teen Titans movie. That's coming out still, but it should have been. I just think that Supergirl coming out now should have been something down the road instead of right after Superman, to be real. So, because if you think about it, if you're gonna give us basically a B to C tier character, you better make sure that script and the director is the greatest thing ever created, bro. Because no one's going to come to the theater due to just the name value, because those aren't big enough high tier characters to get butts and seats. And then DC has hundreds of amazing characters, bro. You're preaching to the choir, Southern. Exactly. They have hundreds of amazing characters, bro. It's just, why not highlight and introduce fresh faces instead? Give us something new from the DC universe. Bro, listen, people can get mad all they want. The Black Adam movie with The Rock, bro. The action on there was epic, bro. It wasn't a terrible movie. But you know what I loved about seeing Black Adam? I love the godly epic power and just the presence The Rock was bringing. I wish he would have wore a wig to have the classic, Black Adam low cut. But it's weird to see Black Adam bald, but whatever. The Rock was born to play Black Adam. And look what happened with that, bro. The fans were so finished that they didn't even show up for a Black Adam movie, bro. With a cameo of Superman Henry Cavill at the end. I'm like, bro, the fans are just I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, dude. It's like, here's the thing, and people need to understand this. People need to understand this. After I say this, I'll finish read the rest of the comments because I'm gonna be wrapping up the live in a couple minutes, guys. But people need to understand, okay? When can you imagine? And I don't want to be sexual and nasty, but can you imagine? Just here's the thing, and this is also true to life. Can you imagine winning $1 million and becoming poor again? Can you imagine having sex with the greatest porn star on earth, and then now you have to sleep with regular women again? So that it's funny as that may seem, guys, that is basically the same depiction of what DC and Marvel gave us back in the day. Can you understand that we would, when it comes to DC, we have the Dark Knight trilogy, bro? I'm talking before Man of Steel and all that stuff. We had the Dark Knight trilogy, a trilogy so good that it wasn't even a fantastical Batman. The trilogy was so good, it was a down-to-earth trilogy of Batman stories and his villains. But the script was so good, the directing was so good, the actors were masterclass in the acting with Tom Hardy's Bane. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face. Freaking Heath Ledger, rest in peace, bro. Heath Ledger's Joker. You know what I'm saying? Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. My guy, come on, bro. Ra's al Ghul with Liam Neeson. Bro, they all killed it. So you got to understand, when DC had a trilogy, DC hit peak with the Dark Knight trilogy. And ever since then, it's been going down, 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 down. They got to understand here. Once you hit peak, there's no going back. So DCU, you need to understand, if you're not trying to make movies just as good, if not better, than the Dark Knight trilogy and all the peak DC movies, you cannot expect the DC fans to be happy about mediocrity and low-level characters without any epic stories. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work, and y'all got to understand that. Same thing with Marvel, dude. Marvel gave us Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, bro. Spider-Man 2 is still one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. Dude, the fight between Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus, the train fight, bro. Still one of the greatest superhero fights and superhero films of all time. The Spider-Man trilogy is the greatest trilogy of all time for Marvel. And the Dark Knight trilogy is the greatest trilogy in DC history. Those are the templates. No matter how bad you think Spider-Man 3 is, no matter how much you don't probably really care for The Dark Knight Rises, all those films, bro, the whole trilogy in a package is still peak. Attention Marvel, if you're not trying to get as peak as the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, just stop. DCU, this is for you. If you're not trying to get to the peak storytelling of the Dark Knight trilogy, put it away. I don't care how many epic battles you're showing me. If the script is garbage, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, bro. And we'll see. Hold on. Let me go back here. All right, and this is where I was here. So Angar says DC should make a Cyborg film. Bro, listen, I don't know if DC is I don't know if we're ready to receive a Cyborg standalone film. He says where it balances being a human and a machine. Victor finding his spark in his new body, kind of like Pinocchio wanting to become a man again, but at the end. That would be a very emotional movie, again, if the right director and script meets it. But I think we should get first. I would like to get like a Teen Titans movie, and then we could think about doing like a movie about Cyborg. Bro, can you imagine if they did a movie about Raven, bruh? Come on, dude. A movie just about Raven, a movie about Beast Boy, a movie about Robin, a movie about Starfire. Just them. It would all be fire, but it requires a dope script and the right actor for the role that's really gonna take it home. But I'm not against that. That still sounds pretty dope. And he accepts his machine body. That's powerful, bro. I give it to you. That's dope. That's powerful. And then Jonathan says, we'll see how Jonathan Noble says, we'll see how Man of Tomorrow holds up. If it's anything like the 90s Justice League Unlimited, the universe might just be saved by a string. Let it be our only hope. Bro, listen, bro. Man of Tomorrow has so much riding on it, and it has so much to give. Bro, listen here. We're going to see Brainiac live action for the first time on the big screen on movie format. Do you get that, man? Brainiac cinematically given to us finally. Bro, they have no room for error. They have no room for error. That's why if you saw James Gunn on the Supergirl red carpet premiere when he's talking to Brandon Davis, did you see how quick in a hurry and just how he looked very stressed and a little like just on edge. I don't know, man. He knows what time it is, and I really hope and pray because he already finished Man of Tomorrow script long ago now. He's already filming it. So what if he's probably scared because he knows that the Man of Tomorrow script isn't as good, even though he advocated for the Supergirl script. And that's scary now, bro, because he's already made his bed and it's time he lies in it because he's already filming Man of Tomorrow. He already finished that script a long time ago, bro. So now the backlash with Supergirl, he might be terrified because the script for Man of Tomorrow might be on the same level as Supergirl, bro. Or it might be just not on the same level, but a little bit tiny better, but still not as good for it to be epically passable to make $1 billion. Or to at least make 800 million, bro. Man of Tomorrow needs to at least make 700 to 800 million, bro. With all those characters in there, bro, Man of Tomorrow has so many characters in there, dog. It's like that's supposed to be the Civil War of DC, period. It's supposed to be the Infinity War of DC, bro. You have Brainiac again. That is no small fry, bro. And Southern says the lesser known DC villains. Yeah, Professor Pig, Hush, Killer Moth, Firefly, Reactron 6, Dr. Destiny, Chisar, Imperiex. Bro, I heard about Imperiex, bro. You can even do a show or movie about, Apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? About the new gods. I can. Just talking about it really pisses me off because it's just so much. It's just so much that DC can do. So much content, lore, comics, villains, heroes, so many characters that they could pull from, and yet they don't do it, bro. I don't understand. It's like James Gunn was sent? Is James Gunn an undercover agent sent from Marvel to destroy DC? I remember I said that one time to my friend Kier, and I was like, dude, I think James Gunn, dude, is this guy a secret agent for Marvel? Is he a secret agent for Marvel, bro, to destroy DC? Because it is so easy to make it's so easy to make good DC films, bro. I don't understand. I don't get it. And then Southern says these are characters most viewers around the world don't know. Only diehard comic fans do. Exactly. And honestly, you can absolutely use them with a strong, well-crafted script. These lesser-known villains will become beloved by everyone. Of course, dude, look at the Penguin series, bro. Need I say more? Need I say more, bro? The Penguin show was fire. The script was on fire. It's burning my hand. The script is that good. And now they're saying that the Penguin might not get a season 2. I call bullcrap. Why would you not give Penguin a season 2? That smells fishy. It smells fishy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And then Southern says, Southern 9504, it all comes down to great storytelling. That's what makes them shine. Of course. So we got some new people in here. Is that Mr. McHugh? Mr. Milky Toast. Mr. Milky Toast, welcome. Man of Tomorrow is bucking against history, as most sequels make less money than the originals. Add to that the headlines of the current DCU having underperformed. Bro. Seeing what Disney/Marvel did with the Eternals, one has to worry about what Warner/DC might do to the new gods. Listen, bro, I don't care what nobody says, dude. When it came to the Eternals, dude, the Eternals could have easily been one of the greatest Marvel movies of all time. I think they should have just took the characters more based on the comics for the Eternals. The fact that they made them so diverse, not only ethnicity wise, but story, like character trait wise as well. If they would have just literally copied the Eternals from the comic and just plastered it on live action on the screen, that would have been an easy $1 billion, bro. The Eternals are very interesting, dope characters. And I see Divas Masara 9903. Welcome. Well, there were rumors years ago that Jeff Johns leaked Zach's ideas to Feige. That'd be pretty effed up if that was the case. Mr. Milky Toast. It's not hard to make good superhero stories, but first, one must want to make good superhero stories. Exactly, bro. You gotta want it. I don't understand. Again, guys, it's all about, to me, it's all about personal storytelling that they value more than, true storytelling to the character. You got to think about it. These directors, they get off on making characters on changing the traits of superhero characters, on changing the story of superhero characters and changing it into their vision and giving it to the masses and thinking that, oh man, I did that. They're going to eat it up. And then they resent that same said director or writer. Just follow the template, follow the stories before. Follow the stories that existed before you even came out of your father's nutsack. These stories have been around for 60 to 70 years, bro. 60 to 70 years of content that you can pull from. I just don't understand. I don't get it. Let me show this one. It says Gunn is a one-trick pony. Watch, he is going to put Ace the Bat Hound in. Bro, y'all better stop with saying that. They better stop the rumor with Gunn saying that he's going to do Batman Brave and the Bold. That would be such a spit in our face. I do not want to see James Gunn handle Batman, bro. Y'all better stop playing with that, bro. Please stop. And then he said, I liked Eternals. It was different compared to the other MCU films. Facts, bro. I really, there's no love lost when it comes to the Eternals. It was pretty cool. It was different. And Mr. Milk Toast says Gunn being a one-trick pony isn't so much a problem, except that he's applying that one trick to IPs where it just doesn't fit. Exactly. This is movies these are characters that James Gunn would make $1 billion winners here. James Gunn needs to do Booster Gold. James Gunn needs to do Plastic Man. Hell, I can even see James Gunn. Yeah, so Booster Gold, Plastic Man. Just any type of, awkward, funny. Dude, I could see James Gunn doing a movie for Constantine and Etrigan. Just that banter. You feel me? If you're sticking to that, then that's fine. He needs to stick with characters that's in his realm. Again, I would love to see a Plastic Man and Booster Gold movie from James Gunn, because that's up his alley. And he says, now about Superman Man of Tomorrow, I fear James Gunn will pour all his focus here, thinking it'll make us overlook everything else falling apart. Bro, again, I think he just has so much on his plate that he needs to regulate. He needs to regulate and spread thin he needs to spread thin the value of importance. It can't always be Superman, 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 and then everything else is crap. I really hope Lanterns is dry as it looks due to Lantern fans getting pissed. I really hope Lanterns and Clayface are epic. I really hope they're epic, bro, because I don't know what to say to that. Divas, Masaruses, that Supergirl writer must be riding something. Must be riding someone at WB to be doing multiple DC projects. Hey, listen, bro. She's a very beautiful woman. I'll say that. She must. Bro, the head game must be crazy. She must know how to ride cock because I don't know what to tell you, bro. Again, they gave her Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and Teen Titans, bro. And she's never done a movie in her life, bro. She's never done a big blockbuster movie in her life. I don't know who she's sucking. I don't know whose cock she's sucking, whose cock she's riding. It must be James at this point. Because it's as cool as that sounds, I would not want to bank Teen Titans, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl on someone who has no catalog of ever doing any big films. Milk Toast says many writers, directors are not telling superhero stories. They're telling stories through superheroes. Exactly. They're telling their stories through the superheroes, thus changing the traits and characteristics of said superheroes and villains. They're not telling the superhero or supervillain's stories. They are telling their stories that they wrote and their vision through those characters. Thus why it's not being well received. It's not being that received. And also they're picking parts. They're telling stories from comics that aren't that favorable. You feel me? You can pick comics. You can pick stories from comics, but sometimes certain comics don't work in live action. Sometimes certain comic stories that are just trash, that are not good, and they don't belong in a movie. They don't belong live action. And Angar said they really shot themselves in the foot when they made Kryptonians evil and super. Bro, please don't bring that up, bro. Please, that when I was watching Superman, that pissed me off to the T. Why would they make Jor-El evil, bro? Like I said, hey man, listen, dog, y'all. And again, I wouldn't mind if they made him evil, but only if there was a big payoff. And I hope that there's a big payoff. Because if there's no big payoff to you making Jor-El evil, making Superman's parents evil, bro, I would be highly upset, bro. I'd be highly upset. Southern says, but that won't work. We want to see true heroic manliness, not more of the same weak takes. Yeah, true. Milk Toast says James Gunn Batman equals Batman and Robin. Please stop. I'll even take Batman Forever, bro. At this point, dude. Southern says people are already skeptical of Gunn's leadership. They'll watch this movie with such critical eyes, not enjoyment, just wondering. Facts, bro. He's in the hot seat now, so now everybody is looking at him with movie critic eyes. Everybody now is looking at James Gunn with movie critic eyes and not movie going eyes. They're not there sitting down knowing that they're going to enjoy the movie. They're going to sit down and be like this, all right, man, this better be good. Like critical, glazed on. It's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be eyes full of love. It's going to be eyes full of I would say not hate, but it's going to be eyes full of critiquing and just sternness. It's like, bro, can you imagine making a movie and your science teacher that you grew up hating knows that you wrote that movie and they're watching your movie, and now you know that they're going to be looking at your work. They're going to be seeing how you got that equation. They're going to be grading all your work, bro. And you're just going to be in the corner shaking like a little dog, knowing that this teacher is probably going to give you an average to bad grade. That's how James Gunn is feeling at the moment, honestly. Everyone's looking at him with movie critic eyes, especially after what happened with Supergirl, bro. Southern says, where is he taking DC next? That question will haunt us all if this is the path forward. Bro, listen, bro. Listen, man. Again, and it's sad that it's like everyone's saying James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, when we still have Clayface. You know, we have Clayface. We got Mike Flanagan connected to that. And then we have Lanterns. I don't know really much the writers for Lanterns. They're already not even putting green in the name, so it's like y'all done already pissed off the Green Lantern fans doing that, bro. I don't know what to say on that, bro. All right, and Divas Massar says, all right, Mr. Milk Toast facts. Yeah, facts, bro. Gunn could even handle Elongated Man. Yeah, Elongated Man, bro. That's up his alley, bro. Gunn needs to deal with characters up his alley. Like I always said, I never really fully, truly, in my heart, believe that Gunn was good enough to display a character like Superman. People are still loving it. They're still eating it up. I just would like to see another director get their hands on Superman, bro. I really wish, honestly, I really wish that that was the case. But hey, he already did the script for Man of Tomorrow. He's already filming it in Atlanta. So, and then Divas Massar said Gunn would be a perfect director for a Booster Gold movie. That's in his DNA. Facts, bro. Facts, man. Jonathan Noble says maybe he is. I mean, we got a corrupt government, so I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro. I hear you on it. Hollywood is all about who you know. Mr. Milk Toast, bro. I guess, man. Sheesh. It's definitely not James. Jennifer Holland will karate chop James if that was the case. I hope so. Is it weird to me that it's weird in my eyes that Jennifer Holland doesn't have, why isn't her last name Gunn? Jennifer Gunn. Why does she not take the last name of her husband? They have a very like funny, peculiar, like odd relationship to me. I'll be real, bro. I just find that so odd when a wife doesn't take the last name of her husband. That's just weird to me. O'Shea was good. Yeah, O'Shea Goodman. How you doing, my guy? Yeah. Said the writer for Wonder Woman Anna needs to either step down or be micromanaged. What's up? Also, hi, Cassie. How's it going, O'Shea? You're not lying, bro. I don't think they understand how serious and bro, she's writing Wonder Woman and Teen Titans. Listen, bro, I love Wonder Woman, but push her to the side. I am a savage freak for Teen Titans, bro. I am obsessed with Teen Titans. So she better not falter me on the Teen Titans lease, bro. Divas Massar says, funny people complain Clark snapped Zod's neck, but they're fine Supergirl killing Krem. The hypocrisy is insane. Listen, man, you know what's funny? I watched Man of Steel with my sister day one in that theater, dude. When he snapped Zod's neck, I was like, whoa. I wasn't even mad at it because you know what? He made Man of Steel, he made Superman have stakes. It was hard on stakes to where it ain't always gonna be sunshine and rainbows. And I feel that because that's real life. Real life is not sunshine and rainbows. There's gonna be a time, and I pray that no one ever has to go through that to where you may have to kill somebody to save your loved ones, to save someone. It's not always gonna be no go lucky heroic moment, bro, in reality. That was a Superman story set in reality. So I like that. And Supergirl killing Krem, I was all for it, bro, because I'm like, yo, Krem was a freaking evil satanic freak. And I was like, yo, put him out, dude. I was clapping in that theater when she killed Krem. That's how I rock. Y'all wouldn't want me to be if I had the powers of Superman, I wouldn't be a dictator and I wouldn't be Homelander. But I'll tell you this right now. If you're on Joker time, if you're on Krem time, and if you're on any time on killing thousands and millions, I'm killing you. I'm not sparing you. I'm going to kill you. That's what I like. I like a little bit of realism in my superhero movies sometimes because it's a different take. Not saying I don't love the original style and take of, superheroes. I do. But sometimes bringing realism in the fray for certain characters, it's an interesting dynamic. And it opens up more doors and avenues when you cross that line. But make sure you cross that line in a very tasteful way. Okay, Mr. Milktoast says there are 90 years worth of comic book store, bro, to choose from, but they keep going for the controversial ones from the last times. Bro, they're not DC is not going in their DC bag, bro. They're not grabbing in their bag, bro. LOL. It's not that. It's not that. All right, if that's from Jonathan Noble, and then Mr. Milktoast says Gunn likes to use smaller characters, but he's doing so on a large canvas. Bro, he can play with all the small characters all you want, but you cannot play with large characters with small character tendencies. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Jonathan Noble saying it's not that James is a one-trick pony, instead he's trying to stand on the pony with rollerblades while doing tricks and is coming out like Jackass and Steve-O. Man, I need to see that new Jackass movie, bro. I love Jackass, man. Me and my brothers used to love watching the Jackass films. Donner Superman still sets the bar. Facts. That first Superman film, love it to death. Love it so much. O'Shea says Clayface definitely will be the sleeper hit DCU needs. Horror films nowadays are doing great. Exactly. If you think about it, think about Backrooms, think about Obsession, think about Hokum, and there's even more horror movies that are coming out, bro, and they are just doing so great. Personally, to me, I think Clayface is going, bro. Would I be crazy to say that Clayface could, and this is a small could Clayface hit almost $1 billion? I won't say $1 billion. Could Clayface hit 700 to 800 million due to it being in the world of Batman, due to it being horror and gory, due to the actor? I saw the actor Thomas Rice. He looks like he's going to bring it. The acting that I saw with the test screening and the test footage and things like that, he looks like he's a very exceptional actor. And the story is very minuscule. It's not a very crazy story to the Clayface movie. Basically, it's Clayface just getting revenge on some Gotham thugs that scarred up his face, and he's an actor. You feel me? So that's his moneymaker. So it's like him going to be descending into madness and him accepting the fact of what has happened and him accepting the fact that he's not going to be that big movie star anymore. Dude, again, Clayface could be the Joker of the DCU. Clayface could be the Joaquin Phoenix Joker of the DCU. I'm saying it right now. I won't say that it's going to hit $1 billion. I'm saying that it could possibly at least hit 700 to 800 million. And then you know that they said that it's going to be fantastical too. It's not just a realistic take. It's fantastical. And they're doing reshoots. And you know Batman's going to be in there. They can show Batman's ass cheek in Clayface. And it's going to make 800 to 700 million. Basically. And Mr. Milktoast said, if Supergirl was messy, what will Wonder Woman be like? Bro, hey, listen, man. Man of Steel was ahead of its time. The man babies don't get it. Yeah, they cry about it because, again, I get it. It's not 100% the Superman we know and love. It's still Superman in a realistic take to where he doesn't have those values yet that make him the prominent pillar yet. It was the first stage of him he just became Superman in that movie in a realistic world, a dark taken world. And again, I don't think people understood that Man of Steel was supposed to be a byproduct of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. They wanted the setting to be like that. They wanted him to go through those trials and tribulations. So that's just what the movie was. And again, it's ahead of its time. Once it's aging like fine wine. I just watched Man of Steel the other day, bro, and I'm just like, damn, bro, that score, those visuals, the first flight scene, bro, it's epic. It's freaking epic. Golden Age Superman had no qualms about tossing thugs from rooftops. Hey, listen, bro, Milktoast. Hey, listen, careful saying that. From O'Shea says from set videos, looks like Superman doing the 1A to Lex. That line close to being crossed. Yeah, bro, you remember what he did to Malik? I think he was I don't know if he was Indian or he was Egyptian or whatnot, but the one who was giving him food, the one, remember he shot him in the head. Hey, bro. You got to think about it, bro. Superman watched him shoot his friend in the head while being poisoned with kryptonite. You know how angry I would like for it would be cool if Lex Luthor brings him up and that sets him off. And that he has to work with Lex, even knowing that he's a demonic, maniacal freak, due to the fact that they have to work together to defeat Brainiac. Like, bro, Man of Tomorrow has all the ingredients to be such a great film. Knowing that Superman and Lex have to work together to defeat a greater evil. Knowing Superman, knowing that he has to work with this evil piece of crap to defeat a galactic, bigger evil piece of crap. Plus adding on that Aaron Pierre's Lantern, Jon Stewart's going to be in there. Hawk Girl's going to be in there. Wonder Woman might be in there. Maxima is said to be in there. Martian Manhunter is said to be in there. Bro, Man of Tomorrow is going to be the Civil War, if not Infinity War, of DC. That movie has to make 700 to 800 million, bro. Like, dog, that movie is going to be huge. That's why James be looking stressed, because that's a huge movie, my friends. Divas Masara says Gunn's wife is delusional as fuck. I'm sorry, guys. Delusional is freak. Now she is saying Man of Tomorrow is the best thing she's ever seen, and also Gunny's best work yet. Bro, listen, and that's his wife. Obviously, she's gonna say that, so I'm not even listening to that. Milk Toast says same with Batman in the Golden Age. He rocked a .45 semi caliber pistol. Self defense is a real concept, bro. This man, it's because he's Batman. He could do what he wants. He says no, Clayface will not be good. I heard Gunn made heavy changes on the film. All right, bro. Divas Masara. Please, just don't say that, please. Don't say that, bro. Please. If the budget for Clayface is small enough, it stands a great chance of making money. Facts, bro. I believe Clayface is going to be good, plus body horror aspect too, from my boy O'Shea. And then I don't expect the Batman Part 2 to be good either, since Gunn made Reeves re-edit the script at least 3 times. Did he really? Bro, do you work in Hollywood? Divas Masara, because you got a lot of scoops right now, and these are scoops that I'm not happy about. Scarred Face, the guy could have just gone into voice acting. Nah, bro, and that's what I love. Because his character, Hagen, I think his name was what's his name? Hagen. The version of that Clayface is just, he likes to be in the spotlight. He's an actor. He loves being an actor, dude. So it's like, you taking away his identity. You took away his soul by taking away his face. It writes itself. It should be so good. Didn't Mr. Milk Toast said, didn't Gunn say that all the good Batman stories have already been told, and that was before he's to tell his bro? Listen, man. I think, wasn't there a time that James Gunn said he didn't like? Did he not say that he didn't like The Dark Knight, or he didn't like Batman Begins, if I'm not mistaken? I'm scared, y'all. I don't know what it was, but I forgot what he said. But he said something far-fetched, and I was like, oh, you're on crack, dude. I couldn't believe he said that. I want Clayface to be good too. Flanagan is a phenomenal filmmaker, but the rumors suggest otherwise, bro. Please, bro. Flanagan is pretty lit, bro. He's pretty good, man. Mr. Milk Toast said, I feel that making Superman and Lex work together is a cop-out, as we've seen Superman defeat Brainy all on his lonesome any number of times. Bro, I get you, Mr. Milk Toast. It could still be a very interesting take, but I get you on that, my guy. I do. There's been plenty of time. We've seen plenty animated movies as well, where Superman found a way to defeat Brainiac all on himself. But, they got to they got to up the ante. Bring it in. O'Shea, don't play games with me, O'Shea. Don't play games. Don't play games. You said Ella Cassidy. How many needle drops Man of Tomorrow will have? I don't want none, bro. James, if you're listening to me, stop with the needle drops, bro. Stop with the cringe music. I'm tired of it. Can we make superhero and supervillain scores great again on some Donald Trump-ish, bro? I'm tired of these needle droppers, bro. They're freaking cringe and they're stupid. Dude, the Supergirl had a score in her movie, bro, and I loved it. That shit, we need scores. I'm tired of the needle drops. It makes me sick, and it's cringe. Supergirl's main theme, and it was like, bro, Supergirl has a score in her movie, and it's dope, bro. I love that. I'm like, dude, just make superhero, do scores. Stop with the needle drops, bro. Divas Masara says, let's face it, Man of Tomorrow ain't beating Superman 2025 box office. Bro, if Man of Tomorrow does not beat the Superman 2025 box office, pack it in. Go home. Pack it in. Pack it in. It better beat Superman 2025 box office with all them damn characters in there. And you got Brainiac in there. Don't. Masara, it better. And then Divas Masara said, no, LOL, I don't know. I don't work for Holly, but these rumors are old. All right, cool. And then Mr. Milktoast says, if Peacemaker is anything to go by, one might have reason to worry about Gunn's Batman. He better, y'all keep saying Gunn's Batman. He better not be directing it. That's all I know. If James Gunn is directing Brave and the Bold, I have no hope in it. I don't care how awesome the trailers are. I don't care how dope the sneak peeks are. If he's directing Brave and the Bold, I'm finished. O'Shea said he'll definitely have the score for Superman and Supergirl scores. I'm curious if Jon Stewart and Brainiac will have their... They better have their own score, bro. O'Shea, don't be coming in here saying that. Brainiac better have a freaking intellectual, techno type of freaky score, bro. Don't play games with me. Brainiac better have a friggin' score. Don't play games, bro. Mr. Milktoast said, do we know what movies are opening before and after Man of Tomorrow hits theaters? I don't know. I'd have to look again. She says James Gunn is more of a Batman fan, so he'll definitely make sure blood, sweat, and tears will be put into Batman Brave and the Bold. I don't care. O'Shea, I do not care. I don't care, dude. James Gunn is not fit for me in my eyes, in my opinion. He's not fit for me to do Brave and the Bold. I don't care what nobody says. I am okay with Andy Muschietti, yes, directing Brave and the Bold. Yes, O'Shea, I am. After watching It, Welcome to Derry, and seeing those Batman scenes in The Flash, I want Andy Muschietti. I want Andy Muschietti to direct Batman Brave and the Bold, and I want Bill Skarsgård to be the DCU Joker. End of story. Goodbye. Pack it in. Man of Tomorrow's box office will depend to a great extent on the movies that it is up against. Facts, bro. I'd have to check again, because if it's up with big bang, like big hitters, bro, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. He better, bro. Gunn and Waititi are the same at this point. Facts, bro. Gunn and Taika Waititi, bro, they must be boys, bro. They gotta be. They got to. Divas, I'm sorry. You're not lying with that. O'Shea's like, I'm sorry. Let's be positive for upcoming DCU films tomorrow. I'm trying, bro. We're trying over here. O'Shea Gunn had said superheroes are the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, I don't see him making Batman serious. Facts, bro. I can't. And James Gunn, you need to stay off of social media and you need to stop running your mouth, because it's starting to get embarrassing. Every social media post he does and every social media thing that he says is so irrelevant and just so off the wall and odd that it's like every time people are roasting him in the comment section about how bad Supergirl's doing, they're like, where's Batman? Where's Wonder Woman? Where's this? Where's that? He's getting fried on social media. I really think he needs to stay off of social media for a while, a long time, and just focus on your work, bro. Stay off of social media, my guy. Please, James. Superman begins to slip into the public domain in 2034. Just saying. Oh, really? Really? That's interesting. That is interesting. O'Shea says it's a social media response. He needs to stop and focus on the work. He's like a little bro. Gunn is kind of Sometimes Gunn can feel like a little kid. He's a freaking child. He always has to debunk a rumor. Dude, stop debunking rumors. Who cares if they're true or fake or they're lies? Just stop it. You don't have to debunk every rumor. You don't have to reply to people, to regular fans. It just, and then when he says certain things, he'll say something a long time ago and say that he didn't do it. And then in fact, he did say it. When people are screenshotting, that's what you said. You just forgot what you said a long time ago because your ass can't stay off of social media and you just run your mouth without thinking. He needs to stay off of social media, bro. He got to stop. Gunn once said that he needs to do a podcast with some of the cast of the movies to figure out what is canon and what isn't. I'm Mr. Milktoast, please stop. I can't. I can't with James. He's such a trip, bro. James is a trip. He really is, bro. I'm guessing Gunn told Cavill his plans with Superman, and Cavill immediately backed out after reading the point. Stop. Yeah, a lot of people really truly believe that he fired Henry Cavill because he didn't want to have ownership of Cavill after the epic heights that Zack Snyder took Cavill Superman to. In regards to what Superman, he didn't want to be compared to Zack if he took ownership of Henry's Cavill Superman stories. So I guess that was a good indicator for him to just fire him. And he did say he wanted to get a younger Superman. So I guess in that regard, that's mainly why he did it. But who knows? We'll never know, right? We'll never truly know. Long as they keep Andy for Batman, it's in good hands. I agree, O'Shea. I agree. And Mr. Milktoast says every director seemingly wants to put their own stamp on things. Facts. Tell me, there's very few directors that are true fans of the material, and they just want to take the material, make it in a fun new way, but keep all the primary aspects and put it on screen. Very few directors do that. Most directors now want to take the character, take a crap on the lore, fart on the creator's vision and say so, throw it away, and make their own vision through that said character that has had 70 to 80 years of content. It blows me away. It blows me away. They don't like making money. They don't want to make money at this point. I'm telling you this right now. I don't want to tell someone else's story. I want to tell my story. Enough said. Enough said. Mr. Milktoast just said it all. That's what most directors want to do. They don't want to tell the superhero or supervillain story. They want to tell their story through the supervillain and the superhero, and thus why these movies fail. And Divas Massar says, I work for AI, and I could confirm that the opening scene of Superman with him fighting Himra Boravia was done by AI, and the final kissing scene in the air too. Oh my gosh, stop, Divas Massar. You're tripping now. O'Shea says, goes back to early point because it's Hollywood and making money. Amen. At this point, Hollywood ain't doing so good lately, boy. It's not. It's not, bro. You know what's crazy? The only things that are winning in Hollywood are horror films. If you're not horror, if you're not Toy Story, if you're not Devil Wears Prada, if you're not Barbie, if you're not IPs like that and such, you're not doing it big, buddy. And you got a battle ahead of you. And if you're not Marvel, Spider-Man's gonna make $1 billion easy, $1 billion plus. Spider-Man: Brand New Day could possibly be one of the worst Marvel films ever, and it'll still hit $1 billion. It's funny because to me, Spider-Man: No Way Home was such a trash script, but I loved every moment of it because we got to see all the OG characters. We got to see Andrew. We got to see Toby. But the script for No Way Home was not that good. It truly wasn't. It was bad at some times as well. And then Jonathan Noble says, I'm still wearing my Snyder Cult t-shirt to Man of Tomorrow when it comes to, oh gosh, this guy, the Snyder Cult. I don't know, man. Like I said, I love what Zack Snyder gave me. And I also still somewhat enjoyed Superman 2025, but I just didn't love it. And it's funny, I liked Supergirl more than Superman, and people still don't believe it. And I'm dead ass serious when I mean that. I'm not kidding. It's true. The shots were altered by AI. They have normalized AI in Holly. Yeah, bro. AI is soon gonna take over Hollywood, bro. It's only a matter of time. Give AI a few more years, if not a decade, and we will be getting straight movies through AI. Period. Hollywood's grip on culture has slipped mightily. Yeah, they lost the sauce. Hollywood has lost the sauce. I think they don't care to get the sauce back. Hollywood is totally fine with sinking their own ship because they know deep down that there will be fanboys and worshipers of these actors and actresses that are just going to go out to see a movie just because they worship that actor or actress. That's why they don't care if the movie's good or bad. And then Divas Massara says, Brand New Day ain't beating No Way Home's worldwide box office. True. That's a good point. You got to think about it because they had all the OG characters in No Way Home. So there was no way that movie was not going to make that much money. I don't know if Brand New Day is going to beat No Way Home box office. That's very interesting. That's a good point. Every pop culture entertainment has a cult following. Facts. It's facts, straight up. And Mr. Milkto says Supergirl should have been replaced with Lobo as she was essentially playing his role in her own movie. I think the movie should have just been called Supergirl and Lobo at this point. They should have probably, I don't know if that would have changed. Honestly, that probably wouldn't even change anything. I don't know. Because again, Lobo was in there for a decent amount of time. Not, so I mean, hey. Will Supergirl get her own movie again? That's twice now that it has failed. No. After that experiment, as long as Millie Alcock's Supergirl betrayal is being given, then that is a hard no. Yeah, she got paid $400,000 for her role. Let's see. Hey, bro, but listen, bro. Millie Alcock, I don't care what nobody says. She acted her ass off still. She acted pretty good. She acted very good in Supergirl. I'm not gonna take that away from her. She did a pretty good job. She did. It's just again the script didn't serve any favors. The script editing, everything around the actors did not serve them any favors. Yeah, 400 grand isn't exactly anything to sneeze at. Yeah, bro. I mean, hey, bro. But free guys, oh gosh, guys, I'm calling it quits right now, man. I gotta freaking wake up early, dude. Get some things situated. I am so glad you guys came in for the live, bro. I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 to this, so I'll be going live again tomorrow. Guys, stay tuned for that. Check in. I thank you guys so much for coming in today. It is 11:11. Yeah, man. Take it easy, Milk Toast, man. Nice to meet you. This is the first time I think I've met you here, man. It was a pleasure with all you guys. It was fun, man. I didn't expect this much people to come in today. I had fun with the comments, great discussions, good vibes, and I just hope the best for DC, man. For DCU, I really hope Clayface, Man of Tomorrow, and firstly Lanterns, because Lanterns is first up. So I really hope Lanterns. Oh, thank you, Martrell. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna be going live again tomorrow, guys. Best believe that I'll be going live again tomorrow for sure. I'll do a part 2 to Who Will Save the DCU, part 2. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys also have a great, happy 4th of July. Get some fireworks, get some ice cream. Even if you don't really even celebrate 4th of July or whatnot, just enjoy the fireworks. Hang out with your family, man. Life is too short. Enjoy them while you have them. And again, man, thank you guys so much for spending your night with me again, man. It's spending your night with me. It's been great. I love superhero content. I love DC, and I just wish the best for them. And I want the best for them. But I just hope that this Supergirl fiasco is a huge wake-up call for them to change the guard, change the way they think, and change the way that they do things. And they need to open their ears and listen more so to what the fans want at this point, so we could get the DCU where it needs to be. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. This is the Cassidy and Stir Up Show, And this is who will save the DCU. Part 1, Part 2 will be coming very shortly. I should be going live tomorrow. But thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure. I love you guys. Take care. Peace.